Democrats across Washington, they're still obviously, many are heartbroken. Let's be real. It was a heartbreaking day on Election Day for them. They wanted Vice President Kamala Harris in the position that President-elect Trump is right now. And Democrats are still trying to re-envision or go back to the drawing board in terms of what their party stands for today. At the forefront, President Biden and Vice President Harris, obviously, it's just an interesting time, 2 more months, a lame duck session right now for the president, preparing to host supporters at the White House today, while the vice president is in Hawaii on vacation with her family, which understandably, who wouldn't be? This comes after some DNC staffing shakeups. Correspondent Kellie Meyer is live right now at the White House with details. Kellie, what more do we know?
Well, yeah, Adrian, nearly 3 weeks since the election and the drama between the DNC and the Harris campaign continues. The DNC union saying in a scathing statement, quote, the DNC fights for workers, just not their own. And that's as permanent employees are losing their jobs starting today with no severance pay. According to the New York Times, the DNC is downsizing from about 680 staff to about 200 staff. That's about 70% of the workforce. The DNC staff union says the cuts go, quote, far beyond typical campaign turnover and impact employees who were previously told that their positions would be retained after the election. And they say the DNC chair, Jamie Harrison, still refuses to address staff face-to-face. It comes after the news the Harris campaign blew through $1.5 billion in 15 weeks and is now $20 million in debt. The campaign's chief financial officer saying in a statement that there had been no outstanding debts or overdue bills as of Election Day. He said that, quote, there will be no debt on the next Democratic National Committee and Harris for President campaign filings in December. Meanwhile, the divide between the former Democratic nominees still visible. Today, President Biden will welcome longtime supporters, I'm told, back to the White House for an evening dinner on the South Lawn. Vice President Harris will not be there, as you mentioned. She is in Hawaii. So watching today, as that's really the only thing on President Biden's schedule here at a rainy White House. Adrian.
But I think there are a lot of people, especially in light of, as you mentioned, that excessive debt, $20 million or more after this 107-day campaign, the shortest in history. Do we know anything that Vice President Harris is saying, even from the beautiful shores of Hawaii?
Yeah, and we know she's taking that break from it all with the week-long vacation in Hawaii with her husband. She just left on Tuesday, returns from the Big Island on Monday. It comes as Democrats on Capitol Hill are also trying to push through more of President Biden's judicial nominees before they lose control of the Senate in January. Harris often breaking the tie vote there, and they say she's prepared to return when needed. But the White House, I wanted to point out yesterday in the briefing we were in, defending Vice President Harris and her break from Washington when pressed if it looks good to be on vacation when the staff isn't being paid. Take a listen.
The vice president has taken time off to go spend time with her family. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think she deserves some time to be with her family and to have some downtime. She has worked very hard over the last 4 years, and her taking a couple of days to be with her family, good for her.
And NewsNation's Rich McHugh also learning from his DNC sources that Vice President Harris and her former running mate, Tim Walz, will have a Zoom call with top DNC donors next week to thank them just before Thanksgiving. But translation, according to his sources, quote, this is Harris trying to have a political future. Adrian.
I mean, trying, but a lot of people are saying that's not going to happen. We'll have to wait and see, and hopefully they don't just sweep this money under the rug. Kellie Meyer, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.